Hamas. One senior Israeli source suggested more force could be an option. On a visit to Israel, U.S. Middle East envoy Steve Witkoff had said he was working with the Israeli government on a plan that would effectively end the war in Gaza. Talks in Doha had aimed to secure a short-term ceasefire that would see an influx of desperately needed aid to more than 2 million civilians, many of whom are gripped with acute malnutrition. Health authorities in Gaza said at least 40 Palestinians were killed by Israeli gunfire and airstrikes on Monday, including 10 seeking aid, adding another 5 had died of starvation. Video obtained by Reuters showed Palestinians running from gunfire near a Gaza Humanitarian Foundation aid distribution site in central Gaza on Saturday. Israeli officials have floated ideas including expanding their military offensive and annexing parts of the war-shattered enclave. Israel's Channel 12 on Monday, citing an official from the Prime Minister's office, said Netanyahu was inclining towards expanding the offensive and seizing the entire Palestinian enclave. Israeli Army Radio reported on Monday that the country's military chief has become increasingly frustrated with what he describes as a lack of strategic clarity by the political leadership. A spokesperson for the Israel Defense Forces declined to comment on the report, but said that the military has plans in store. Hamas has repeatedly said it won't lay down arms, but it has told mediators it was willing to quit governance in Gaza for a nonpartisan ruling body, according to 3 Hamas officials. It insists that the post-war Gaza arrangement must be agreed upon among the Palestinians themselves and not dictated by foreign powers.
Hi, I'm Jasmine Levin, and I proudly own and operate Puppy Levin. Puppy Levin is a pet care salon dedicated to caring for your furry companions. We provide certified dog grooming services along with boarding and doggy daycare. Our facility is family-owned and operated and promise personalized care for every pet that comes through our doors. If you're worried about your furry friend being lonely when you're gone, we also have on-site personnel 24/7 just for their comfort. Follow us on Facebook and call or text us at 814-758-9259 to make an appointment today.
Anyone with a kind and generous heart and a little money can be a philanthropist. You too can be a force for good in our community, and the Crawford Heritage Community Foundation is here to help you make the most of your charitable giving. We've partnered with hundreds of people like you to make our world and our community a better place. You can give through us to support scholarships or any charitable organization or purpose. Whether you're interested in establishing a permanent endowment or adding to an existing fund, we want to be a part of your plan. Contact us when you're ready to make your mark. Together, we can make your contribution go further.
The Gordon B. Garrett Funeral Home has been serving the needs of Titusville and surrounding communities since 1965. Mr. Garrett believed in tradition and commitment to excellence, standards that have been passed down from one generation to now a new generation, who will work to provide you with a beautiful, lasting tribute to your loved one. When you need them, they will be there for you. This has been their foundation for almost 60 years. The Gordon B. Garrett Funeral Home, 303 North Washington Street in Titusville.
Thinking about switching to 5G home internet? Think again. Unlike Zoom from Armstrong, 5G home internet is delivered by a cell tower. The further away you are, or the more devices connected to that tower, the slower your internet is. Cell phone providers also play favorites. When their network gets busy, cell phones win, and your home internet pays the price. Stick with Armstrong to get more data, more speed, and internet whenever you need it, not whenever they want. Armstrong, keeping you connected.
Sheer Design is Titusville's exclusive Paul Mitchell focused salon. This full-service salon specializes in coloring, cuts, nails, and tanning. Owner Angela Saxon has over 20 years experience as a Paul Mitchell professional. She and her licensed staff offer all cuts and styles for men and women of all ages. Call 814-827-0010 or stop in at 116 South Kerr Street in Titusville.
J. Gill Plumbing and Heating takes pride in being the premier heating and air conditioning service provider in the area. With over 30 years of experience, our highly skilled and certified technicians will work closely with you to address your heating and air conditioning repair, installation, or maintenance needs. Our team is dedicated to making your home the ultimate place of comfort. Call today to get a free estimate. We also offer financing options and membership opportunities that provide peace of mind and cost savings. Call J. Gill Plumbing and Heating today or visit them online 24/7 at jgillplumbingheating.com.
If you're looking for a professional massage therapist, Tranquil Moments Massage in Titusville is here for you. Ray and Rauch graduated from Slippery Rock University with a bachelor's degree in exercise and rehabilitative sciences with an emphasis in athletic training. Tranquil Moments offers a wide range of services, from Swedish massage to deep tissue, sugar scrubs to hot towel inclusion therapy. Like them on Facebook and visit their website to learn more about all the services they offer. Tranquil Moments Massage in Titusville.
Share the fun of train travel and relive our country's oil history as you ride the OC&T through the valley that changed the world. Learn about the past while traveling on vintage cars. See a variety of wildlife with stops at Drakewell Park, Petroleum Center, and Oil Creek State Park. Arrive early and see the vast collection of train and railroad memorabilia at Perry Street Station. After the ride, enjoy a night's stay at the Caboose Motel. For seasonal specials or for more information, visit octrr.org or call 814-676-1733.
Stocks rebounded Monday following Friday's sell-off, with the Dow rising 1 1/3%, the S&P 500 adding about 1 1/2%, and the Nasdaq climbing nearly 2%. Investors sought bargains after Friday's bleak jobs report and increased bets that the Federal Reserve will cut interest rates at its September meeting. Odds for a reduction next month stand at about 84%, according to CME FedWatch. Market participants see at least 2 quarter-point cuts by the end of this year, though SWBC Chief Investment Officer Chris Brigatti isn't one of them.
I'm still a naysayer on Fed rate cuts this year. I believe 1, maybe 0 is more likely than not, in my opinion, still. I haven't changed my mind on that, but I'm wavering a little bit, to be honest with you. But ultimately, I'm concerned about the fact that we could have stickier and higher inflation, and for the Fed to cut rates into a rising or even a stickier inflationary environment does present some problems. So I'm still a little bit of a naysayer that they will have the bandwidth and the ability to cut rates going forward.
Stocks on the move included Tesla, which advanced 2% after the electric vehicle maker granted CEO Elon Musk a pay package of 96 million shares, worth about $29 billion. And shares of Spotify gained 5%. After the music streaming platform announced plans to raise the monthly price of its premium individual subscription in select markets from September.
A across the Northeast here, we are with some weak activity as we move through the work week forecast. As there is more of a strong emphasis with the disturbance that is near the Carolinas, which that at times is going to send some activity up through Virginia and along some of those coastlines, leading to cloudier days and some rain shower activity. And then that is going to feed into some weak disturbances here, allowing especially for the higher elevations stretching from Maine and New York, there being some rogue rumbles. So we can see those two areas of some precipitation potential, but largely not seeing a complete washout for the region. More nuisance showers, some rumbles around, and we will note that we have these quieter conditions. There will be those bright skies, however, still looking slightly dull due to that wildfire smoke that is still present, but we are expected to lift more into that southeasterly flow, which will start to filter out that smoke, but that flow is allowing for us to build into some of those warmer conditions.
Well, looking at sunshine to partly cloudy skies, hazy today here in northwest Pennsylvania. Temperatures in the low 80s. Partly cloudy skies tonight with lows in the low 60s. Wednesday, middle of the week, partly cloudy, low 80s. Thursday, mostly sunny with temperatures in the low 80s. Friday, mostly sunny, low 80s. Saturday, mostly sunny with temperatures in the mid-80s. Meadville this morning is at 61 degrees. Cambridge Springs, Edinburgh, 59. Titusville, 57. Franklin this morning, 57. Oil City, 57 degrees here at 712. This is the Morning Drill. You're watching it on Stream TV and on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel.
It's always a good morning when you wake up with the morning wave or with the morning drill. Yeah. With the morning. It's gonna be a good morning when you wake up with the morning drill or with the morning.
Happy Tuesday, everybody. It is the 5th day of that month, August. Yes, August. It is August. Ugh. Yeah. How's it going?
Great.
Well, we were so busy yesterday, didn't really get a chance to sit and actually have a conversation with you. People think like, oh yeah, you go home. You guys probably no. This is it. This is the only time we talk to each other all day.
It feels like it. I don't think I actually sat with you till like 11. Right?
So for those who don't know, this week is our community festival. Mm-hmm. Okay, and Amy over here, the competitive side just isn't in the sports realm. It's with everything in life, which is great, right? So Amy gets very competitive. So they're going to have a float in the parade, and it's never just
it's never just a float.
Just a float. It's always a major production. So it's a busy week for Amy.
It is. There's also some other things balancing out the week that are.
And really, this is the only time of the year that I often think about calling the divorce attorney, just because it's so. Yeah, this is probably the most stressful for you and for us, because you're not my wife this week, and the kids, they don't view you as their mother this week. It's
okay.
Yeah, it's very competitive.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, your staff, I think, also puts you on this other level of
Amy, who's
insanity.
That?
Yeah, it's okay though. It's always fun. Listen, every single year I poke fun at you during this week, and then you come up with something really awesome, and it's a lot of fun. So
I talked about you a little bit yesterday because somebody who hasn't been here for the festival for a few years. I'm I'm float building, so you can stop by, and they're like, wow, this is a lot, blah 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 blah. And I explained, and they asked, where's Luke, or does he hide? Usually he does, but a couple years ago he decided to help me. It was probably the last time, because you are very you get something in your head, and you're like it goes.
Yes.
It's like Tim the Toolman Taylor. It's like something that could be this big, but let's make it this big.
More power.
Yeah. And that item it was a whale and a boat that got stuck in the basement. Do you remember that? Yeah. We couldn't even get it out of the basement.
Yeah.
It's awesome. It was awesome. It was. And then you drilled your finger, and You haven't really helped me on those ends since, but that's okay.
No, you've actually decided to measure things now, so that's good.
You were the whale person.
Oh, I thought our good friend Jeremy was the whale person.
I'm going to blame you.
No,
I'm
you
not
wanted a
blaming
bigger
Jeremy.
whale, didn't you? I'm not going to get into it. Anyways, this is what we get into. But no, it's a lot of fun and looking forward to. And the weather is supposed to be absolutely gorgeous. So, how about that? A couple back-to-back weekends where it's been
I'm excited.
very good weather. So
It'll be good.
we've got today Joe Tech joining us.
Awesome.
We got our friends from the Historical Society joining us.
Oh, good.
So that's all coming up in the 8 o'clock hour. And if you're going to miss it, don't worry. We'll have it again for you tomorrow in the 6 o'clock hour. So let's see what else. You got birthdays and what we're celebrating. We got that going on. I wasn't going to say anything. We went golfing Sunday night. It's been not the best week for me, especially with everything that's going on and sports right around the corner. But we were golfing on Sunday night. It was great, having a great time. Had the kids. My parents joined us, and yeah, they were. It was in the evening, so it was that time of day where they're watering the greens, and they're also some of that water is spilling over onto the tee blocks, right? And I decided to try to hit my driver as hard as possible off a tee block. And, I twisted my ankle because the ground was wet and slippery. And I don't wear golf spikes. And never have I thought, I don't really need golf shoes at all, until that moment. And that's when of all the things, I'm like the pain, the embarrassment. No, it was, okay. Now I see maybe why I would want to wear.
Why do people wear golf spikes?
Golf spikes. Mm-hmm. But I twisted pretty good. And so anyways, you joined me last night at the at Emergicare. Great.
In between all of it.
Great folks there.
Yeah, they were great.
In between what?
No, in between everything. Like, I think we work, the beginning of working on the float, urgent care, you had a meeting, more float, more meeting.
Yeah.
Sorry. We squeezed it in.
But you've been taking care of me. So, luckily, it's not nothing broke, nothing tore. It's just a pretty bad sprain. So, but of all the time to be dealing with this, it's this busy week. And so, sorry. I'll probably look at some golf shoes, but not for this year.
I found some nice ones.
We're going to get you golf clubs first.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's your turn.
It's my turn.
We'll get to birthdays and what we're celebrating here in just a little bit. Let's see, some other things. I had a couple things marked here. Things to ponder. Just things to think about today. Okay? If the number 2 pencil is the most popular, why is it still number 2? These are just things to think about
This
today.
increases, like, your dad jokes.
Yeah. Why do we press harder on the remote control when we know the batteries are getting weak? We all do that, don't we? Mm-hmm. Come on. Like, squeeze a little more juice out of them batteries. Why are you in a movie but on TV? Something to think about. What was the best thing before sliced bread? What did they say before sliced bread? That's a good one. Why do we drive on parkways and park on driveways? That's a good one. Why do fat chance and slim chance mean the same thing? These are things you should probably wake up thinking about every day, huh?
Mm-mm.
Huh. Why do British people never sound British when they sing? I've thought this often. At a movie theater, which armrest is yours?
Oh, yeah. Typically neither, because I'm usually between you guys.
And
you're like this.
Yeah, sorry.
Same with the plane.
Yeah, but don't you put your arm on mine, don't you?
On a plane?
Or no, you just kind of
I'm
sit.
like this.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Okay. Why are there no B batteries? You got AA, AAA. No B. And then why do people say heads up when you should duck?
Oh, good question.
Yeah. So those are some things to ponder here this morning.
Gotcha.
You want to get to birthdays and what we're celebrating,
Sure.
or you want to do some other quick headlines here this morning?
I don't want to do any more weird questions. Let's do birthdays.
Birthdays?
Are you ready?
All right. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Who's
All right.
celebrating today? It's the 5th.
Actress Maureen McCormick is 69.
Brady Bunch, right?
Yeah. Actor Mark Strong is 66.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
He played the baddie in Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, but also The Kingsman.
The Kings. Oh, he's
Yeah.
66, really?
66 in Robin Hood with Russell Crowe. Director James Gunn is 59. Actor Jesse Williams is 45. Actress and singer Olivia Holt is 28. And that is all.
All right. Happy birthday to them this morning. Happy birthday to you if today happens to be your birthday from all of us. Let's turn the page and find out what we're celebrating here today.
It is Blogger Day, National Couscous Day, National Dash Cam Day, National Night Out, National Oyster Day, National Underwear Day, Our Lady of Africa, Work Like a Dog Day, Cookie Kawaii's birthday. I have no idea who that is. And that's it.
Okay. So find something there to celebrate. Air should be better today. That's from the Canadian wildfires. That's what prompted the air quality issues here in our neck of the woods. You also have nearly 2,000 firefighters battling wildfires in California that they've scorched 72,000 acres.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And then, I like these just random stories. Some people don't need a weather app. They feel the forecast in their bones, you know. My grandmother used to say that all the time, like, it's going to rain. I can feel it in my bones. She would say that all the time. A storm rolls in, and so do throbbing heads, aching joints, and mood drops. For years, this phenomenon was dismissed as imagination or coincidence. Now, with sharper tools and larger data sets, more researchers are taking weather-related symptoms seriously. As former Agriculture Department Chief Meteorologist Albert Petterlin put it, it's not the weather, it's the change in weather that causes stress. So if you've been one that says, you know, I think I can feel a storm coming on, and somebody's been brushing that off,
You might not be wrong.
Correct. They're finally saying, yeah, you may have something there. So there you go. Let's see some other quick headlines. You got, let's see. This was kind of a crazy story here in Pennsylvania. Thousands of frozen hot dogs spilled across Interstate 83 in Pennsylvania, closing the busy highway in both directions after a multi-vehicle collision. State police and 4 separate fire departments responded to the crash this week at an exit in Shrewsbury, Pennsylvania, according to the Shrewsbury Volunteer Fire Department. The collision occurred around 9:10 a.m. and the highway was later reopened around 3:45. That's a long time to clean up hot dogs.
Yeah.
Shrewsbury is a borough in York County located in south central Pennsylvania. 4 people were taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries, while several sections of the highway were damaged as a result of the collision that involved a tractor-trailer truck and 2 other vehicles. The Pennsylvania State Police confirmed that they are now investigating what led to the crash. The closure stretched for 4 miles along the interstate between exits 4 and 8. We all came to a dead stop and was wondering what was going on when they saw the emergency vehicles and hot dogs all over the road, according to Jake Sikorsky, just a witness on the road telling local media outlets. Cleanup efforts were hampered by the amount of grease left on the pavement. Yeah.
That's gross.
Yeah, local media showed photos of destroyed cardboard boxes and hot dogs littering the road.
Yuck.
Nope.
That's got to be somebody's like dream, like seeing all those hot dogs, right? Like the goat. What's his name? Chestnut? Joey Chestnut?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. We were talking about golf just a little bit ago. Mimi Rhodes swept her 8-iron and lofted a shot onto the green before tapping another golfer's ball for a unique hole-in-one at the Women's Open. The sequence occurred on hole number 5. So she went and kind of chipped, and the ball bounced off a competitor's ball into the hole. So,
Oh, wow.
yeah.
That's crazy.
I think in pool you have to call that, right?
I have
In billiards?
I have
you gotta-
no clue.
Yeah, she wasn't expecting it to go in, so she just picked up her tee and heard everyone going crazy, extra louder than usual. So she knew something had happened. Then they walked up to the green and realized it was in the hole. Let's, while we're talking sports real quick, why don't we bring you some baseball scores. And the Pirates having a good showing the last couple weeks. We talked a little bit about the Pirates with Mr. Sports, Bruce Peterson. Last night in Major League Baseball action, the Marlins fell to the Astros 8-2. The Pirates beat the Giants 5-4. That game in Pittsburgh. Tigers with the win over the Twins. Phillies beat the Orioles 13-3. Guardians over the Mets in 10 innings 7-6. Red Sox beat the Royals 8-5. Brewers over the Braves 3-1. Reds beat the Cubs 3-2. Rangers over the Yankees in 10 innings 8-5. Blue Jays pounded the Rockies 15-1. Angels over the Rays 5-1. Diamondbacks beat the Padres 6-2, and the Cardinals over the Dodgers 3-2 in baseball action from last night. Now today you've got the Marlins and the Astros at 6:40, Pirates and Giants at 6:40, Tigers and Twins, Phillies and Orioles at 6:45, Nationals and A's at 6:45, Mets and Guardians at 7:10, Red Sox taking on the Royals, Braves hosting the Brewers, Cubs and the Reds in Chicago. Rangers have the Yankees tonight, Rockies and Blue Jays, Angels, Rays, Diamondbacks, Padres, Mariners, White Sox, and Dodgers and Cardinals at 10:10 this evening. In the National League Central Division, Pirates remain 19.5 games back. They are 49-64. Milwaukee in the top spot in the division, followed by the Cubs, Cincinnati, St. Louis, and Pittsburgh. American League Central Division, you've got the Cleveland sitting behind Detroit in the number 1 spot. Detroit 66-48. Cleveland 8 games back. Then Kansas City in the middle of the pack. Minnesota and the Chicago White Sox in there as well. So that's what we're looking at here in baseball action. Let's see. Wyndham Championship. We didn't talk about that, but Cameron Young securing his first victory on the tour. Congratulations to Cameron Young.
Wasn't that Sunday?
That was Sunday, yeah. But we weren't really here. I mean, we were here yesterday, but we had guests, and it got pretty busy.
More important things to talk about.
Yeah. So it's playoff time in golf, and I've never really understood the playoff situation in golf. It's kind of dumb. Like this weekend, I think Rory McIlroy's not playing. Like, playoff sort of indicates that there's consequences, right? If you don't win, or if something doesn't, if you lose, you're out, type of a thing. That's what you should be thinking of in the playoffs, and it doesn't quite work that way in golf. So, and Tiger skipped, this sort of opening round of the playoffs in the past, and has gone on to win. So it's just kind of, I don't know,
deceiving.
Golf's kind of weird in the playoff sense.
It's kind of weird.
Yeah, because it's like a box of hair. It doesn't really mean anything. So,
like your jokes.
Like my jokes. Yeah, meaningless. So, yeah, I don't know. But that's going on. We can get to some other things a little bit later. We got news coming up as we're approaching 7:30 here this morning. Happy Tuesday.
Yeehaw.
This is the Morning Drill.
Benjamin Netanyahu said on Monday he will convene his security cabinet this week to decide on Israel's next steps in Gaza. The announcement follows the collapse of indirect ceasefire talks with Hamas. One senior Israeli source suggested more force could be an option. On a visit to Israel, U.S. Middle East envoy Steve Witkoff had said he was working with the Israeli government on a plan that would effectively end the war in Gaza. Talks in Doha had aimed to secure a short-term ceasefire that would see an influx of desperately needed aid to more than 2 million civilians, many of whom are gripped with acute malnutrition. Health authorities in Gaza said at least 40 Palestinians were killed by Israeli gunfire and airstrikes on Monday, including 10 seeking aid, adding another 5 had died of starvation. Video obtained by Reuters showed Palestinians running from gunfire near a Gaza Humanitarian Foundation aid distribution site in central Gaza on Saturday. Israeli officials have floated ideas including expanding their military offensive and annexing parts of the war-shattered enclave. Israel's Channel 12 on Monday, citing an official from the Prime Minister's office, said Netanyahu was inclining towards expanding the offensive and seizing the entire Palestinian enclave. Israeli Army Radio reported on Monday that the country's military chief has become increasingly frustrated with what he describes as a lack of strategic clarity by the political leadership. A spokesperson for the Israel Defense Forces declined to comment on the report, but said that the military has plans in store. Hamas has repeatedly said it won't lay down arms, but it has told mediators it was willing to quit governance in Gaza for a nonpartisan ruling body, according to 3 Hamas officials. It insists that the post-war Gaza arrangement must be agreed upon among the Palestinians themselves and not dictated by foreign powers.
Swooping in to save you over 11 grand off your next Chevy truck. It's Community Chevrolet's newest mascot, Independence Dog.
Getting you approved by day, fighting crime by night.
With Independence Day savings running all month long, you can save more than 11 grand off MSRP on a new Silverado, or save nearly 3 grand on hot new SUVs like the Trailblazer and the Equinox. Follow Independence Dog to explosive savings this month at Community Chevy.
Interstate Pipe and Supply takes pride in providing superior customer service. That's why our dedicated employees are well trained and have the experience to offer friendly, quick, and reliable service and support. Need materials delivered to your job site? No problem. Interstate offers fast delivery from our 4 locations in Western Pennsylvania. We also serve Eastern Ohio, Northern Western Virginia, and Western New York. Service means business at Western Pennsylvania's premier pipe and supply company, Interstate Pipe and Supply.
Vanderhoof Heating and Air Conditioning provides residential and light commercial air conditioning services throughout the area. They understand the importance of your cooling system working properly. That is why you can trust in Vanderhoof to do the job right. Whether it's a non-working air conditioner, yearly maintenance, or a new install, you can be assured that we will solve your problem quickly and efficiently. Your home's air conditioning system is far more than just temperature. It's a complete comfort system that combines temperature, humidity, air quality, and above all, safety. Vanderhoof Heating and Air Conditioning in Titusville.
Looking for expert orthopedic care? Dr. Charlie Gates, a trusted name at Titusville Area Hospital, can help you regain mobility and a better quality of life. With years of experience and a passion for personalized care, Dr. Gates specializes in treating a wide range of orthopedic conditions. Whether it's joint pain, sports injuries, or orthopedic surgery, trust Dr. Charlie Gates at Titusville Area Hospital for your orthopedic care. Call 814-827-9770 today to schedule your appointment.
Welcome to Inspire Med Spa, the place you know and love for massages, Botox, laser resurfacing, and semi-permanent makeup. Now we're offering even more, including laser hair removal, tattoo removal, and hair rejuvenation. Our team is here to provide expert care in a peaceful, luxurious environment designed with your relaxation in mind. And with our newly added services, now you can get all your beauty services in one place. Visit Inspire Med Spa today, because you deserve to look and feel your best.
I know sometimes we get into it and it's just hard on both of us, but try to understand me more and I'll try to do the same. But you have excuses because you're old, so it's okay.
Listening is a form of love. Find ways to support your kids at sounditouttogether.org.
Marsh Home Center Furniture, Appliances, and Bedding is located at 305 East Spring Street in Titusville. Marsh Home Center welcomes you in to explore their growing inventory of name brand furniture, appliances, and bedding. Need something not currently in stock? No problem. Order from Marsh's online catalog and have it delivered right to your door. Visit Marsh's to see their entire showroom. Ask questions, see what items are on sale, or just stop in and say hi. Marsh Home Center Furniture, Appliances, and Bedding behind Giant Eagle in Titusville.
Whether you want to go and lead in your craft in the trades, whether you want to go and be that nurse or medical worker and have a real impact on lives, or whether you want to go and help that business improve its bottom line, this is the place, and now is your time to go with confidence, to go with skill, to go succeed. The Education and Training Center at Pitt Titusville.
Vehicle shopping? Make sure you check out Titusville Ford first. Shop our amazing selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs in stock. Visit us on Route 8 in Titusville and see why our customer service is a cut above the rest. Titusville Ford, your hometown dealer.
Stocks rebounded Monday following Friday's sell-off, with the Dow rising 1 1/3%, the S&P 500 adding about 1 1/2%, and the Nasdaq climbing nearly 2%. Investors sought bargains after Friday's bleak jobs report and increased bets that the Federal Reserve will cut interest rates at its September meeting. Odds for a reduction next month stand at about 84%, according to CME FedWatch. Market participants see at least 2 quarter-point cuts by the end of this year, though SWBC Chief Investment Officer Chris Brigatti isn't one of them.
I'm still a naysayer on Fed rate cuts this year. I believe 1, maybe 0 is more likely than not, in my opinion, still. I haven't changed my mind on that, but I'm wavering a little bit, to be honest with you. But ultimately, I'm concerned about the fact that we could have stickier and higher inflation, and for the Fed to cut rates into a rising or even a stickier inflationary environment does present some problems. So I'm still a little bit of a naysayer that they will have the bandwidth and the ability to cut rates going forward.
Stocks on the move included Tesla, which advanced 2% after the electric vehicle maker granted CEO Elon Musk a pay package of 96 million shares, worth about $29 billion. And shares of Spotify gained 5%. After the music streaming platform announced plans to raise the monthly price of its premium individual subscription in select markets from September.
Healthcare stocks are trailing this year, but could AI change that? This is Sectors Up Close, and we're talking healthcare. The boom in GLP-1 obesity drugs encouraged investors to pile into the sector in recent years, but the competition among drug makers has become fierce, and their stock prices are now reflecting that. The S&P 500 healthcare sector is down 4.8% this year, far behind the wider market. But could AI lead to the discovery of many more breakthrough drugs? Leah Bennett is Chief Investment Strategist at Concurrent Asset Management. Leah, I know you're a big believer in the ability of AI to revolutionize this sector. Why?
Yeah, that's a great question. I do think it's one of these sectors that has the most potential as it relates to the application of AI. I think there's a big opportunity to discover proteins at a much earlier stage and ones that have a much higher success rate ultimately of being approved. Also if you look at clinical trials, there's a lot of G&A. There's a lot of operational elements that come to those trials, and you can really reduce the overhead and improve the profitability of the sector. So if you look at some reports that have come out, I think it could have as much as a 12% impact to revenues moving forward. So it's very significant.
With successful and effective drugs, though, as we've seen with the GLP-1 obesity drugs, even if the potential market is huge, drug makers find themselves in intense competition with each other. So is this rivalry going to eat into returns?
Yeah, I do think the big pharma companies are kind of at a different stage. Definitely the GLP-1 market is now estimated around $200 billion. And there's other potential applications beyond just weight loss. I mean, you're looking at sleep apnea and some other areas. I think as they continue to compete against each other, they're obviously generating a significant amount of cash flow. Their margins are deteriorating, but they're also going to be looking for other areas for growth moving forward. And I think the biotechs that have really that consume a lot of cash flow, that have really struggled with higher interest rates, are very attractive. A lot of those have newer technologies that are coming forward, and I think a potential wave of M&A activity could occur. Also, even if you look at the med tech companies like Abbott and Becton Dickinson, they generated a ton of cash flow with the COVID test kits, and those companies are also looking for acquisitions. So I think biotech is really ripe for some positive growth moving forward.
If investors should be going then for smaller, more experimental biotech firms rather than household name pharma, how can they pick and choose where the next Ozempic might come from?
Yeah, that's a great question, and always the challenge for managers. I personally think what's interesting is finding a company where there has been some validation of a candidate. So there is a candidate that has been approved by the FDA, and the pipeline has a similar technology. Those have a lot less risk and a lot more potential upside, I think, in this type of environment. We do see a lot of those type of companies outperforming today. So as there is more optimism that interest rates are going down, that at the minimum is going to improve their operating expenses from the perspective of just financing. So that's how I try to look at finding reduced risk in the sector.
What about the potential impact of tariffs? A lot of pharmaceutical production is outside the US, and the Trump administration wrote to drug makers last week to try and encourage them to get prices down, didn't it? So what about the fear of a specific tariff on this sector?
Yeah, that's definitely a headwind, again, especially for the large pharmaceutical companies and the large medical device companies. I do think that's pretty well reflected in valuations. So on a forward basis, the sector is trading around 16.5 earnings, which is the low end of their range. So I think a lot of bad news has been priced in, and I do think it's kind of AI consolidation and hopefully the birth of some new technologies and more efficiency with the sector that is going to be a positive and help move prices forward in future, in the next 12 to 18 months.
If the focus shifts then to new technology, new drugs, preventative healthcare, that sounds like good news for drug makers, but is it at the expense of other companies in the sector like medical devices makers or health insurers?
Yeah, I definitely think you're going to see winners and losers. And I do worry about, obviously the big drag on the sector this year has been United Healthcare, if you're looking at the entire healthcare sector. So I think the managed care companies, the insurance companies will continue to probably struggle in this environment, especially if on Friday, we saw the unemployment report, if we continue to see unemployment rise. So I do think there's winners and losers, and you've got to find the sweet spots. But I do think valuations is what is most attractive. I think valuations really reflect a lot of the uncertainties.
Do you think then that this broader sector will catch up with the wider market this year?
I do. And in fact, you are starting to see some positive results from some of the biotech companies. You're starting to see some really start outperform, and some of them have actually performed better than the S&P 500, which is a little counterintuitive. But yeah, I do think that will continue to play out over the next year.
That was Leah Bennett of Concurrent Asset Management. Don't forget, you can watch more videos on Reuters.com.
Palm trees in Malaysia are getting older, and so are the farmers that harvest their fruit to make palm oil. That could have big consequences for a product relied on by billions of people around the world and used in a range of food items, as well as cosmetics and cleaning products. 85-year-old Suratman Mosman is one of the people who farms palm oil in Malaysia. He's found himself in a catch-22. The aging trees on his farm don't bear as much fruit as they used to, and as they have grown taller, it's become more difficult for Suratman to harvest the highest hanging fruit. Yet, Suratman says he can't afford to replant his old trees either, because waiting for them to fruit would mean years of lost income.
Because there's no other income, I rely solely on the oil palm harvest to support my family. So I did not replant the palm trees. I've just left these palm trees to grow on their own, and to only harvest those that I can reach, about 20 to 25 feet tall.
Government subsidies to encourage replanting are not as high as they once were either. With farmers no longer able to afford to clear land outright, many of them are resorting to a practice called underplanting, where seedlings are planted in between mature trees. As a result, Malaysia's replanting rate has averaged just 2% in the past 5 years, half the government's target. Rising input costs have also compounded the problem, according to 75-year-old Joe Roddy another farmer.
Everything is expensive now. Pesticides are costly. Fertilizers is expensive too. Even the harvest labor is pricey now. It's already $23 per ton.
Smallholders like Mode and Suratman play a vital role in the palm oil supply chain. They manage more than a third of plantations in Malaysia and Indonesia, which together account for 85% of global palm oil exports. But even as global demand continues to rise, output from both countries could fall as much as 20% in 5 years, according to Reuters calculations. Industry experts who spoke to Reuters also said future output could fall short of official figures in Malaysia and Indonesia because the condition of current trees and efforts to replant them are worse than those numbers show. That view is backed up by Reuters interviews with more than a dozen farmers and officials in Malaysia. Without urgent investment in replanting, experts warn of a crunch worse than analysts have predicted that could widen gaps in supply and drive up prices. Indonesia's Agriculture Ministry did not respond to requests for comment on the estimates. Malaysia's state-run regulator said it disagreed with the experts' assessment that the number of trees beyond peak age was smaller and that, quote, many smallholders have already begun replanting with government support.
Across the Northeast here. We are with some weak activity as we move through the work week forecast. As there is more of a strong emphasis with the disturbance that is near the Carolinas, which that at times is going to send some activity up through Virginia and along some of those coastlines, leading to cloudier days and some rain shower activity. And then that is going to feed into some weak disturbances here, allowing especially for the higher elevations stretching from Maine and New York, there being some rogue rumbles. So we can see those two areas of some precipitation potential, but largely not seeing a complete washout for the region. More nuisance showers, some rumbles around, and we will note that we have these quieter conditions. There will be those bright skies, however, still looking slightly dull due to that wildfire smoke that is still present, but we are expected to lift more into that southeasterly flow, which will start to filter out that smoke, but that flow is allowing for us to build into some of those warmer conditions.
Well, sunshine and a few clouds today, hazy with temperatures in the low 80s. A few clouds tonight, hazy with the lows in the low 60s. Wednesday, partly cloudy, low 80s for a high. Thursday, mostly sunny, low 80s. Friday, mostly sunny, low 80s. Saturday, mostly sunny with temperatures in the mid 80s. Meadville this morning, checking in at 62 degrees. Cambridge Springs, Edinburgh at 61. Titusville 60, Franklin 59, Oil City 59 degrees here at 7:51. This is the Morning Drill. You're watching it on Stream TV and on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel. Tuesday morning, and a lot of things going on. We mentioned Titusville's Oil Festival coming up this weekend, just coming off of Thunder in the City in Meadville. The Pleasantville Community Festival took place this past weekend. You had the weekend before that was Oil City's Oil Heritage Festival weekend. You've got the Venango County Fair going on right now.
Yep.
So that's happening. If that's something of interest to you, you can head up to the fairgrounds, and a lot taking place there through the rest of the week. You can go to venangofair.com to see the list of all the great things happening. They already had their Toyota concert series featuring Chris Higbee and Josh Grayson. Tuesday tonight at 6:30, you got the truck and tractor pulls. Boy, that is popular. Not just at the Venango County Fair, but also at the Crawford County Fair. Tomorrow night at 7, it's Keystone Mini Rods. KOI Drag Racing on Thursday. Saturday, Demolition Derby, followed by Kellner's Fireworks. That's all happening this week at the fairgrounds in Venango County. So you got the Hog Show at 9 this morning, Rabbit at 2, Pet Show at 5, Dog Show at 6:30. Wednesdays, the Beef Show. Thursday, Dairy Show. Friday, Junior Livestock and Cheese Yield Auction at 6. So that's going on. Don't miss the Main Street Market Bluegrass Night, Wednesday, August 6th at 7 p.m. in the Log Cabin. So this is all part of the Venango County Fair. And there's so much more going on. And again, you can go to the website to learn more by going to venangofair.com. Thursday on the program, we're not only just going to have one Crawford County Commissioner. We're going to have all 3 Crawford County Commissioners with us. So
it's our lucky day.
Yeah, looking forward to that. Christopher Seeley, Scott Shell, Eric Henry will be with us on Thursday. Looking forward to it. Of course, gearing up for the big Crawford County Fair in just a couple weeks. So looking forward to that. You know, as we talk about this stuff, it's like I picture like I can smell the food, and I'm already like, okay, I think I'm going to get this, and we got to hit this vendor, and that's all part of it, isn't it? Looking forward to going back and revisiting.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Some of those great.
What's funny,
spots.
like you go and you're like, oh, you might not be there all day, so fitting it all in.
Yeah.
And by fitting it all in, I mean the food.
Well, it's just yeah.
The ice cream.
What's the thing you kept going at? Was it the pumpkin
funnel cake?
The funnel cakes.
Mm-hmm. So good.
Yeah. Was it last weekend or the weekend before? You're like, boy, I'm craving some pumpkin
anything.
something. Yeah.
Anything.
You didn't find anything.
No, I ended up making my own. Pumpkin waffles.
Oh, that's right. You did the pumpkin waffles. Well, that stuff should be starting to come out here in the next couple weeks.
It is.
All the pumpkin spiced things.
Yay.
I thought we did see coffee, though. But it was already ground coffee, right?
Yeah.
So it's got, I think, Home Depot, if I'm not mistaken, they announced that their Halloween stuff was coming out this week.
Oh, cool.
You probably have seen some of the Halloween stuff in the stores.
Yes, we have.
So, yeah, it's coming. There's this headline this morning from Live Science. Humans may have untapped superpowers from genes related to hibernation, scientists claim. Hibernating mammals rely on particular genes to adjust their metabolisms as they enter that unique low-energy state, and humans actually carry the same hibernation-related DNA. Now, early research hints that leveraging this particular DNA could help treat medical conditions in people, scientists say. Hibernation offers a whole bunch of different biometrically important superpowers. For example, ground squirrels can develop reversible insulin resistance that helps them rapidly gain weight before they hibernate, but starts fading as hibernation gets underway. So, there you go.
All right.
Yeah, you just don't know when you see these things pop up on Facebook. But it just seems like we're so close to solving so many medically related diseases that, things are coming up to help, maybe a procedure that could help somebody walk again, or, there's all these things. And it's like, all right, how much of this is true? How much of it isn't? I know with a lot of the stuff, it's like real close to, happening. But are we 5 years out, 10 years out? So, I don't know. We talked about the Pirates and Major League Baseball. Can you believe Major League Baseball is going to be winding down here?
Bummer.
I know you were like...
So hard.
Yeah, the whole house decorated. Not really.
For Halloween?
Yeah, thank you.
Well, she's ready for Halloween. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not so much baseball. The Pirates... No playoff action this year, I don't think.
Who won this?
No, Joe, does that disappoint you, Joe?
It doesn't disappoint me that they're not in the playoffs. It disappoints me
how bad they were this year.
Acting, yes.
Yeah. Well, I think I don't know. Pittsburgh fans, I think in general, we get a little excited, and we just assume that you're going to be in the playoffs every year in any sport, right?
Right.
Even though we know, like, Pirates probably not. I did see, though, they're trying to extend Skeen's contract. So, yeah, I thought he was, with the rookie contract, he was...
Got 3 more years, I think.
Yeah, he's got like a few years. So I don't know if they're trying to get him now to sign so, they're not going to lose him. Because somebody's going to be knocking on the door offering some big dollars for him. We've got Joe Tech joining us next hour. Also, our friends from the Titusville Historical Society will be with us as well. So that's coming up here on this Tuesday morning. Tomorrow, we've got Krista Lundy from the Meadville Chamber. We'll get a wrap-up of Thunder in the City. Kat Thompson's going to join us from the Venango Chamber of Commerce. She's just coming back from some training, finishing up, I think, a 4-year class that she's been taking.
That's great.
Yeah, and we'll see how that is going to benefit the chamber members. And also, Will Price will be with us from the United Way tomorrow.
Awesome.
So Wednesday is going to be a pretty busy day as well. Weather-wise today, again, we're in a stretch of weather here that looks pretty darn good.
All right.
So good, in fact, I said darn, right?
Right.
It's pretty darn good. We're looking at sunshine, really. This nice stretch of weather goes beyond what we're showing on the screen. It looks like through Sunday, Monday, maybe Tuesday before we see some isolated thunderstorms come into our region. So Good stretch of weather. Enjoy it as we are at the beginning part of August, and school is right around the corner.
It's horrible to see that all those people were bombed and to hear all these stories. We have to do something about it. If we remain silent, it might happen again.
It feels more and more like history is repeating itself. Terrible things are happening in Europe, and it looks like it could escalate. It could get very worrying if the US doesn't step in. Even in Japan, in Asia, it's going the same way. It's very scary. I've got grandchildren and I want peace, so they can live their lives happily.
For over 11 years, Triple M Roofing has been providing Amish quality craftsmanship and work ethic that you can rely on. Pole barns, decks, porches, siding, and almost all roofing needs, Triple M Roofing will get the job done on time without sacrificing quality or the promise to deliver within your budget. Call today for a free estimate, 814-964-0472. Waiting is what you'll do with the other guys. Getting it done is what we do. Amish owned and operated, we're Triple M Roofing.
Who can solve this equation? Ooh, me. Anyone else? Fine. Jake from State Farm. Again.
Right. It's the personal price plan theorem. If you bundle your home and auto, that can equal an affordable price just for you. Bundling, just another way to save with the personal price plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Are you tired of juggling multiple pill bottles? Titusville Express Pharmacy has your solution, now offering compliance packaging. Your medication sorted and sealed by dose, making it easier than ever to stay on track. In a hurry? Take advantage of our convenient drive-through service. We also offer free local delivery for those that qualify. Titusville Express Pharmacy, where convenience meets care. Visit us today at 401 West Spring Street in Titusville. Simplify your medication routine with Titusville Express Pharmacy.
Poppy's Equipment and Storage Rental in Pleasantville is committed to providing our customers with exceptional service while offering quality rental equipment. Poppy's is now an authorized steel dealer with everything you need to have for sawing and cutting or mowing to digging. And of course, Poppy's has tents, tables, chairs, heaters, generators, barbecues, and more for your next wedding or get-together. Need firewood or propane? No problem. Whether you're in construction or a weekend warrior, reach out to Poppy's about your next project. Poppy's Place on the Tenesta Road in Pleasantville. Community Connect Federal Credit Union, serving Crawford, Venango, Forest, and Warren counties. Their mission is to provide quality, low-cost, and personal financial products for the growth and security of their members and families. Stop in, call, or visit our website, communityconnectfcu.com, and click Join to get started. Community Connect Federal Credit Union, 1050 East Spring Street in Titusville.
Fat Chad's Brewing is Titusville's premier dining destination, offering fine dining served with a cold beverage and great conversations. Try our new menu items, the T-bone steak, homemade meatloaf dinner, or soft shell crab tacos. Our pasta entries and sandwiches are just as popular. Try the new lobster ravioli, shrimp and scallop pasta, or our popular Asiago chicken. Don't forget about our famous burgers or fish sandwich, all served with fresh cut fries. Come in Saturday nights for Wild Game Saturdays. For good food and good times, it's Fat Chad's Brewing in Titusville.
Titusville Market Square is home to over 100 unique vendors featuring antiques, collectibles, candles, coins, baked goods, dairy products, food items, comic books, toys, and so much more. You'll discover something new every time you walk through the door. Did we mention the selection of baked goods, breads, Clark's Donuts, and Amish pies? Titusville Market Square has you covered. Stop in to explore today. Titusville Market Square in downtown Titusville.
Thinking about switching to 5G home internet? Think again. Unlike Zoom from Armstrong, 5G home internet is delivered by a cell tower. The further away you are, or the more devices connected to that tower, the slower your internet is. Cell phone providers also play favorites. When their network gets busy, cell phones win, and your home internet pays the price. Stick with Armstrong to get more data, more speed, and internet whenever you need it, not whenever they want. Armstrong, keeping you connected.
Stocks rebounded Monday following Friday's sell-off, with the Dow rising 1 1/3%, the S&P 500 adding about 1 1/2%, and the Nasdaq climbing nearly 2%. Investors sought bargains after Friday's bleak jobs report and increased bets that the Federal Reserve will cut interest rates at its September meeting. Odds for a reduction next month stand at about 84%, according to CME FedWatch. Market participants see at least 2 quarter-point cuts by the end of this year, though SWBC Chief Investment Officer Chris Brigatti isn't one of them.
I'm still a naysayer on Fed rate cuts this year. I believe 1, maybe 0 is more likely than not, in my opinion, still. I haven't changed my mind on that, but I'm wavering a little bit, to be honest with you. But ultimately, I'm concerned about the fact that we could have stickier and higher inflation, and for the Fed to cut rates into a rising or even a stickier inflationary environment does present some problems. So I'm still a little bit of a naysayer that they will have the bandwidth and the ability to cut rates going forward.
Stocks on the move included Tesla, which advanced 2% after the electric vehicle maker granted CEO Elon Musk a pay package of 96 million shares, worth about $29 billion. And shares of Spotify gained 5%. After the music streaming platform announced plans to raise the monthly price of its premium individual subscription in select markets from September.
Information with Joe Tech. He's talking tech.
He's talking tech. It's Joe Tech this morning. Hi, Joe.
How's it going, Luke?
Good. How are you?
Much better now after that intro song. That was
good.
Fantastic. Good. Well, we talked. I know it's a little early, but I know Amy's excited about it. But I have a Halloween-related tech item.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and it's something near and dear to your heart. The Home Depot giant skeletons.
Oh.
They have new stuff out. New animatronics for their big giant skeletons.
Cool.
So are you excited?
I see they're going to have a gremlin.
I
that's
didn't
not
see the
related
gremlin.
to Skelly, but...
that would be cool.
So Home Depot last year announced that they were done selling them, and then all the crazy Halloween people were like, "You can't do that."
Yeah.
So and they're looking at it, I'm sure, going, "Okay, yeah, we make
a lot of money off these.
So yeah, we should probably bring them back." So what kind of things are they going to have?
So the first one is it's only a 6.5 foot, so it's not the really big one. Animated Ultra Skelly with life eyes. Life eyes in quote. The eyes can blink, move, and be changed to fit various expressions and holiday themes. So for people who leave them up all year round, you can change them to heart eyes for Halloween or for Valentine's Day with an app.
No offense, those people that keep them up year round need help.
Yeah, they're like super weird people. Yeah, the bunny ears for Easter. I mean,
yeah. You know what's great though?
What's that?
So our Skelly is like next to the church parking lot.
Yeah.
Well, the folks at the church also help with ideas for decorating the skeleton during the year. So hey, you got St. Patrick's Day coming up. You should do this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds good.
We'll do that.
Yeah. You can switch up the spooky phrases, it says. You can actually do voice recordings of your own that you can put through various voice filters. Or you can speak directly out of it. So if you're inside looking out the window and there's kids walking by, you can actually speak through the app. Yeah.
One of the coolest things is trick or treat night.
Yeah.
People will ask us after they get the candy, can we get our picture taken?
Oh yeah.
Go.
Yeah, go for it.
Yep.
That's funny. Yeah, so I know you guys will be pretty excited for that.
Well, that's supposed to be out this week.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here's the one I was kind of excited about. I don't know what I would do with them, but Stripe.
Stripe. Yep. That would be cool too. So see, our tech it's not all about AI all the time. It's also cool Halloween decorations.
Go beyond that. Just holiday themes, Halloween, Christmas, the technology that is available for decorating
lights.
today. Yeah.
Yeah.
Projection mapping to, making the lights twinkle to different songs. I mean, there's so much that you can do now. It's really cool.
My son has a TV in his bedroom, and I was in there last night talking to him while he was playing a game, and I forget that he has this. It's LEDs on the back of the TV.
Yeah.
But there's a little device that sticks out and looks at the front, so the lighting changes based on the front. So he did something in the game, and like all of a sudden the lighting in the back changed, and I was like, oh, I forgot about that. It's so cool.
It tricks your mind to think it's actually like bigger than what you're seeing on the screen. So, yeah, it's cool stuff.
Yeah.
You're not going to put one of those on the main TV, on your TV?
Probably not. Maybe if I get a bigger one.
Well, I tell you, I was looking. The prices are ridiculous. I mean, like cheap.
Yes. Yes, ridiculously in the good way.
Yeah.
Yes, they're very cheap. So we don't use the living room TV enough for me to justify it. Going with a bigger one. I'd like to have a bigger one and do that backlighting, but I just can't justify it. There's too many other places for the money to go, and it's like,
Yeah.
If we want to see a movie together, we typically go to the movie theater, so we don't.
Well, and there's formulas you can find, but you can actually get too big of a screen for a space.
You can, but you'd be surprised when you do those calculations. It's like, oh, you can get a pretty big screen and not overpower.
Yeah.
Yeah. The biggest concern, and it's less of a concern now with 4K, is but back in the day you'd see pixels if you got it too big.
Yes.
But now with 4K, it's like, oh, you can get a pretty darn big TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the things you didn't mention in that Home Depot story was, and not to be plugging them, but they now are selling the giant containers to store the skeleton in.
Oh. It's good.
What are they, like those Husky containers that you see when you go in there?
Yeah.
They have a huge, I can't remember how much, like $100 or something for it. Yeah, it's like, oh.
Well, for those that do take theirs down, that's a good idea.
Well, and maybe we would if I had a place to store it.
Maybe.
But then I'm like, where is that going to go?
Right. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So, be be on the lookout for those Halloween decorations. They should be out this week. I talked to a rep.
Yeah. If nothing else, this is your fair warning that when you go into the Home Depot to grab something random or something for your pool, you're going to have to go past the Halloween stuff to get to your pool stuff.
Yeah.
Because yes, it's still pool season, but it's also Halloween season.
Yeah, but this time of year, people are looking to take advantage of the deals on these things because you're at the end of the season, right?
Yeah.
So we were in another store. And it's all. What was it? Oh yeah, it was August 2nd, I think. And you think, okay, you still have August, you still have a lot of September.
Yeah.
But the summertime short sleeve shirts and stuff were getting like in the clearance section, and all the fall and winter stuff coming out.
Yeah. Well, because it's going to take a little while to get rid of those, so they got to start now. Yeah, it's getting to be that time. It's funny how, and we've seen it since we started having a pool. The kids love the pool early on, and earlier than you think they should. But then by this time, our pool doesn't hardly get used. You would think they'd want to get in after football practice, but no, they're no, I'm just going to get a shower and go to bed. So yeah. So I'm actually already starting to think, well, can I take it down already? Maybe.
I think the balance is not necessarily the weather. It's the getting back into the school year and the sports commitments. And do I have time to take care of it during all this, or do I want to take care of it before it gets to be that time?
Yep. Well.
All right.
Yeah. Into larger scale things. So tech giants have released quarterly reports and whatnot, and it's surprising. Typically, when you see companies that spend more, typically their stock value goes down, but we haven't seen that. Meta as well as Microsoft have both announced a ton of spending. I think Microsoft plans to spend $100 billion next year on construction. Typically that would coincide with a stock dip, but because they're investing in AI, and that's what they've said they're investing all that in, their stock prices actually went up. Meta actually indicated that their ad sales are up because they're using AI internally to better target the ads and do better with their ad game. So their stock went up. And not that they're doing any AI that's product focused, just internally using the AI has been a boon to them. So that was interesting. And Microsoft, they hit $4 trillion for a little bit valuation because of their Azure, which is their cloud computing. It has been doing very, very well. So it's interesting to see that both of those companies are investing, but they're reaping the dividends already. Now, stock prices, that's a finicky thing, so that might fluctuate. But it was interesting to see that, because typically when if GM were to say they're going to invest a bunch of money into, new plants, the stock might actually dip a little bit because that takes away from profits. But when it comes to AI, Wall Street sees that, higher profits in the future. So
There a story this morning, AI and dating are a match made in heaven.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, they're saying that the AI might be making somebody appear more attractive than they are. And I don't mean physically, but with some of their attributes.
Okay.
So
I was going to say the question is it helping real live people make connections, or is it people dating AI? Because that's a thing.
Well, that's a thing.
That's a thing now too. So you got to be careful when you read that headline. Oh, okay, this one's actually trying to get real people together. Okay.
Yeah. Well, we talked about that a couple weeks ago. That guy that spent a year programming AI and then this is the stupid part of the story, because I think it was CBS Sunday Mornings that aired it or something. It's like you're watching this whole thing going, okay, like, sure. And then at the very end, they're like, oh, I forgot to tell you, he's married.
To the AI?
No.
Oh, no. Oh, he's married to a real-life human person.
Yeah, and she's okay with it.
And she's okay with it.
Like, whatever.
Pick your battles, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So, I don't know. Next.
Yeah. The downside about the previous story about the tech giants investing in AI is that electricity prices are going up because there's so much demand for electricity at their huge server farms where they run all this AI. So even though a lot of these companies are building power generation plants at these sites, it's not typically enough to handle all the demand, so they're still drawing on the grid, and so they're saying that's a reason why electricity prices are going up, is because there's so much more demand. They're struggling to extend the grid to these places because typically they're huge sites, so they find brand new sites that are out nowhere. They have to extend grids. They have to add power generation. So I think in general it's up. I think it said 6%, but Maine saw, excuse me, a 36% increase. Connecticut climbed 18%. Utah 15%. And now the Mid-Atlantic region is now becoming known as Data Center Alley, because that's where they're focusing on, because they can find land cheap. It's kind of far enough away, but not too far away from population centers. So that's what they're calling the Mid-Atlantic region now.
Wow.
So we've gone from the Rust Belt to Data Center Alley. So.
Let's do this real quick. You're watching The Morning Drill on Stream TV and on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel. Joe Tech with us here this morning. You're talking about, over the last couple of months, Apple and their the VR stuff. I see Meta, Quest, Vision Pro.
They're tanking.
Are they?
VR is doing terrible. And I've said this for a long time. People want augmented reality. They want glasses that you can wear that you can still see the outside world, but, can either talk to you with a little camera on it maybe, putting information on the glasses that you can see but nobody else can. That's what people want. People don't necessarily want the VR. The Quest sales are kind of tanking. And contrary to that, those Ray-Ban and now Oakley has them that have the cameras in them. You can touch them, and you can speak to an AI, and it has bone conducting sound. Those are hugely popular. Now, if they could just figure out how to get where they display information on the lenses for you, those would go gangbusters. They haven't quite figured that out yet. Shrinking the tech down to fit into the rims is tough. But yeah, there's a lot of concern over VR right now because it's not growing at all, and if anything, it's shrinking. So.
But they're still pouring money into this.
They're still putting money into it. They're still trying to keep it going, because I think there is a place for it. It's just not something that you can wear all the time, like you could wear a pair of glasses all day. So Meta's shifting a lot of their efforts to AI, and they're not giving up on VR, but they're not really pushing it like they were. When that last Quest came out, I mean, there was a huge push, and Apple, the same thing. They came out with their goggles that are kind of augmented reality because they have cameras on them, so that you can make it so that you can see the outside world through them through cameras, but they're still so big and bulky that you can only wear them for so long before it's like, okay, I'm sweating in here, I need to take a break. And whereas those Ray-Bans, I've seen people wear them all day. The battery dies and they just keep wearing them just because they're on their face. So.
I'm so surprised like the NFL hasn't taken advantage of this, where you could buy a ticket and it looks like you're sitting in the stands and you can see everything around you.
I'm surprised too. Yeah, because they have those, what are they called? I know there's one in Texas. There's like 2 or 3 of them around where it's almost like a half dome with stadium seating, and it makes it look like you're in the stadium. But you're obviously not. You're in this other facility. So yeah, I agree with you. I'm surprised they haven't taken advantage. And I'm surprised they haven't added some cameras to some helmets, tried to figure that out.
Oh, that'd be cool.
So that you could get like like the umpire cam in baseball. At the All-Star game, they have a camera on the ump's mask, so you can actually see the pitch coming in. Which is a really cool and unique view. I'm surprised maybe they put it on a ref, like the back judge or something, put his cap, make it like a hard cap with a camera on it or something. I'm surprised they haven't done something like that.
It seems like those would be the relationships you'd want to reach out to and say, hey, let's develop something like
Absolutely.
that.
Although I did see that they did try, I can't remember if it was all the preseason games, but they have sensors in the ball now. And I've been questioning that for a long time. Why don't you have sensors in the ball that you can track to make it more accurate for like first downs, and did he cross the plane of the goal? But they actually did experiment with that in a game. So it'd be interesting to see if that, I'd love to hear how that went and see if that's something they're going to keep experimenting with.
Okay. Anything else in technology?
I think that's about all I have. I see there's an article, Apple CEO Tim Cook had a rare all-hands meeting, but I haven't had a chance to read the article, so maybe next week we'll hear what Tim Cook had to say, who has also recently said that, hey, we're behind in AI, we need to put more resources to it. So,
are they, I'd assume, planning a September or a fall launch for their...
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then when Samsung do theirs?
Samsung has been doing theirs in the spring.
Okay.
So people started kind of leaving Apple alone, not trying to directly compete, but just let them have that fall timetable. So.
Okay. Anything else in technology?
No, I think that's about it. Other than, Elon Musk, Tesla board approved a $29 billion pay package. It's only $29 billion because it's based on, it's mostly stock. So they gave him a bunch of stock, and that's what it's currently valued at. So it could be worth more, or it could be worth less. So they're trying to make sure that he doesn't go anywhere. Apparently the board still thinks that Elon Musk is doing a good job at the head of Tesla, even though sales have been kind of down. And if you remember, a Delaware judge blocked his previous package, which was $55 billion compensation plan. So they must have worked something out. So he gets $29 billion instead of $55 billion. But again, it's not like he's got cash. I mean, he would have to either borrow against his Tesla stock or sell some to actually have cash.
Well, we were looking, Powerball was like, I don't know, 400 million or something like that. And if you take the cash option, once all the taxes are, I think you get like $4,000 or $5,000 out of that. So, I don't know if it's worth playing yet.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not enough. 400 million. Wait till it gets up over half a bit.
Do you guys do that? Like, oh, well, it's, I'm not going to play it. It's only like $3 million. It's not worth the time yet.
Yeah.
400 million.
Every once in a while I play when it is really low, just because, hey, maybe Maybe that's the timing.
So
Maybe that's the strategy.
We bought I don't know, 2 tickets last month just for fun, right?
Yeah.
And our youngest, he was like, hey, I noticed you've been buying lottery tickets. Do you have a gambling problem? No, we had some cash in our pocket. It was like, yeah, let's just do it.
Yeah, what the heck?
Yeah.
You have a gambling problem?
No, we don't. So, thank you very much for that.
Yeah.
Well, Joe, good to see you this morning.
Hey, good to see you too.
All right, all the best. We'll talk to you soon.
Yep.
It's horrible to see that all those people were bombed and to hear all these stories. We have to do something about it. If we remain silent, it might happen again.
It feels more and more like history is repeating itself. Terrible things are happening in Europe, and it looks like it could escalate. It could get very worrying if the US doesn't step in. Even in Japan, in Asia, it's going the same way. It's very scary. I've got grandchildren and I want peace, so they can live their lives happily.
Hi, I'm Jasmine Levin, and I proudly own and operate Puppy Levin. Puppy Levin is a pet care salon dedicated to caring for your furry companions. We provide certified dog grooming services, along with boarding and doggy daycare. Our facility is family-owned and operated and promise personalized care for every pet that comes through our doors. If you're worried about your furry friend being lonely when you're gone, we also have on-site personnel 24/7 just for their comfort. Follow us on Facebook and call or text us at 814-758-9259 to make an appointment today.
Anyone with a kind and generous heart and a little money can be a philanthropist. You too can be a force for good in our community, and the Crawford Heritage Community Foundation is here to help you make the most of your charitable giving. We've partnered with hundreds of people like you to make our world and our community a better place. You can give through us to support scholarships or any charitable organization or purpose. Whether you're interested in establishing a permanent endowment or adding to an existing fund, we want to be a part of your plan. Contact us when you're ready to make your mark. Together, we can make your contribution go further.
The Gordon B. Garrett Funeral Home has been serving the needs of Titusville and surrounding communities since 1965. Mr. Garrett believed in tradition and commitment to excellence, standards that have been passed down from one generation to now a new generation, who will work to provide you with a beautiful, lasting tribute to your loved one. When you need them, they will be there for you. This has been their foundation for almost 60 years. The Gordon B. Garrett Funeral Home, 303 North Washington Street in Titusville.
Thinking about switching to 5G home internet? Think again. Unlike Zoom from Armstrong, 5G home internet is delivered by a cell tower. The further away you are, or the more devices connected to that tower, the slower your internet is. Cell phone providers also play favorites. When their network gets busy, cell phones win, and your home internet pays the price. Stick with Armstrong to get more data, more speed, and internet whenever you need it, not whenever they want. Armstrong, keeping you connected.
Sheer Design is Titusville's exclusive Paul Mitchell-focused salon. This full-service salon specializes in coloring, cuts, nails, and tanning. Owner Angela Saxon has over 20 years' experience as a Paul Mitchell professional. She and her licensed staff offer all cuts and styles for men and women of all ages. Call 814-827-0010 or stop in at 116 South Kerr Street in Titusville.
J. Gill Plumbing and Heating takes pride in being the premier heating and air conditioning service provider in the area. With over 30 years of experience, our highly skilled and certified technicians will work closely with you to address your heating and air conditioning repair, installation, or maintenance needs. Our team is dedicated to making your home the ultimate place of comfort. Call today to get a free estimate. We also offer financing options and membership opportunities that provide peace of mind and cost savings. Call J. Gill Plumbing and Heating today or visit them online 24/7 at jgillplumbingheating.com.
If you're looking for a professional massage therapist, Tranquil Moments Massage in Titusville is here for you. Ray and Rauch graduated from Slippery Rock University with a bachelor's degree in exercise and rehabilitative sciences with an emphasis in athletic training. Tranquil Moments offers a wide range of services from Swedish massage to deep tissue, sugar scrubs to hot towel inclusion therapy. Like them on Facebook and visit their website to learn more about all the services they offer. Tranquil Moments Massage in Titusville.
Share the fun of train travel and relive our country's oil history as you ride the OC&T through the valley that changed the world. Learn about the past while traveling on vintage cars. See a variety of wildlife with stops at Drakewell Park, Petroleum Center, and Oil Creek State Park. Arrive early and see the vast collection of train and railroad memorabilia at Perry Street Station. After the ride, enjoy a night's stay at the Caboose Motel. For seasonal specials or for more information, visit octrr.org or call 814-676-1733.
From Fat Chad's Tap and Steakhouse, we have Chad Koval. From the Titusville Mill, we have Joe Thompson. Good morning, guys. Good to see you this morning.
Good morning.
All right, what's new and exciting? Busy week this week, huh?
I reckon.
Yeah.
We're hoping for
going back in time here.
Yeah.
So what's happening? There's a lot going on with the Oil Festival this weekend, and you guys are going to be running around like crazy.
Yeah, we are. It actually it also coincides with the 30th class reunion that Chad and I share. Class of 95. You've been out of
school 30 years?
Life is school, Chad. Every day is an education.
So 30 years. Now you guys are busy during Oil Fest, anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Then you add the reunion part on top of this. It makes it pretty busy. So what? And you guys just don't sort of sit back. You're highly engaged in this stuff.
Yes.
What do you have planned? What's going on?
Our reunion's Friday night. It's going to be around Founders Park there, 5 to 8. We do have some live music from 6 to 8 with Noah Grice. Joe will have the Mill's distillery products up there for sale, and I'll have some of mine out there for sale for the brewery, and hopefully anybody can come. I'm hoping we have a ton of classmates to come. We've only did a couple reunions over the years.
Right. Yeah.
So
we're not a sentimental bunch.
So you don't have to be in the class to participate Friday night?
No.
Okay.
I mean, we want to see as many of our classmates there, but I know there's probably, 5 or 6 other reunions that time. And, if they want to stop up and feel free, come and check that side of town out.
Okay. So that's Friday night.
Yes.
Then maybe each of you can talk about what the weekend looks like for you.
Then on Saturday morning, we're hosting at the Titusville Mill just a very nonchalant brunch from 9 till 11. We wanted to get something in where families could participate before the parade.
Oh, nice.
And that'll just be, our brunch menu. If you don't feel like eating, you don't have to. Really, Chad and I have set this up so that, no one is required to expend any resources other than a smile and a handshake if that's all they want.
Wow.
So,
okay.
Yep.
So that's Saturday morning.
That's Saturday morning from 9 to 11 at the Titusville Mill on our veranda.
Okay.
And
then we'll have the parade. What time does the parade start?
11, right?
11?
11.
Yeah.
Okay, then later in the afternoon we'll have the Titusville Beer Fest starting at 4 with Chris Higby, as the entertainer. We do have 17 vendors along with Joe and the mill. Try to support everybody local and hopefully we get a lot of attendees there. But nobody in our class is absolutely required to come. It's just open for anybody. Yeah. Then hopefully everybody can follow up later evening, down at at another place, maybe the mill, or for after hours. You never know.
Now, Chris Higby, no rafters in town, but there's like you put a rope up or something. He's going to do some sort of high wire.
Yeah, he loves
hang a
climbing.
crane.
Yeah, crane. Bring them in, swing them in, or something. Yeah.
Well, last year I had the fire truck with their boom truck.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. This year I just kind of told him I'm pulling my old truck in the park. He can climb up in the back.
Okay. All right. So normal entrance.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's right. Joe, you started to adopt some of that with your playing, right?
I have, yeah. I use the guitar as like a broomstick, and I fly around on it, Harry Potter style, and do a little Quidditch match.
So Friday, Saturday, extremely busy. Now, should they get tickets ahead of time? Is that for, let's say, the Beer Fest?
They can get tickets at the door for Beer Fest if they want.
All right.
So, and I do have DD tickets available for $10 to come in.
Okay. And then Friday night, just come and enjoy.
Very casual, very open.
Yes.
No reservations needed.
Yeah, Joe's going to put out. I'm going to put out just some pretzels and cheese for anybody can snack on. You're doing a charcuterie board.
Charcuterie, yes, and some dips.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
So, yeah, we just want to, we just want to see, a lot of people in our classmates.
Yeah.
Which is.
Well, these types of things, I know people coming from out of town look and go, okay, what's the weather going to be like? Like, now, it's going to be beautiful.
Yeah.
It's going to be a great weekend, so...
It's been a really humid, wet, nasty summer, so it's nice that August has opened up some really nice high-pressure weather.
Yeah, I haven't checked the weather today. I usually check every day, but last time I seen it was like 83 to 85 on Saturday. Yeah, it's going to be... There it is, 86 now. Yeah, it's going to be nice.
It's going to be
raggy.
Beautiful, yeah.
It's getting hotter.
So a lot to check out over the weekend. Chad, we'll start with you. Kind of just run through some things that people can experience at Fat Chad's this weekend.
I mean, this is a very hit or miss weekend. For us, because there's everything going on in the park and all that.
Yeah.
I know Friday we're still doing prime rib, but I won't be doing any wild game.
Well, and for both of you, because of everything that's going on, normal business hours, can people still come to Fat Chad's, the Titusville Mill?
Normal business hours for, I believe, both of us, but, just...
Because I've heard people ask that, like, oh, there's so much going on, can we still go in and...
Well, we are actually going to be open earlier on Saturday. Usually we open at 10. We'll be open at 9 on Saturday.
For the
but we'll be open for business.
Yep.
So.
Okay.
Yep. Then I'm just focused, kind of for our outside events and what Joe and I are putting together for Friday night. I'm actually really excited for it. So.
Okay.
And then we have karaoke Saturday night at the Mill, starting at 8:00. So you go drink your hearts out at Chad's Beer Fest, and then come
unwind and
come hydrate and perhaps get a snack.
Everybody sings better after 5 or 6.
They sound better.
They sound better.
They sound better. That's for sure. That's for sure. And obviously, the Ironworks has its all-school reunion, and the Magic Bus Kitchen will be open for that. Serving tacos and burgers and.
The all-school reunion Friday also.
Yeah, it's Friday night.
Yeah,
it's Friday night. Yeah, it's Friday night.
Yeah, I think for the most part, everything's sort of designed to just kind of flow. So people should know they can come up your way and see you guys up there on Friday night. And, again, you don't have to be part of the class to get in. So that's probably the important thing for people to know.
I mean, that's what we want. Everybody to go everywhere and have a great time.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. So normal business hours, and then Sundays.
Sunday brunch at the Mill, starting at 10. We're open until 4. Chad's got his deal.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, we're open from noon to 5 on Sunday. Just normal weekend hours.
And for those of you who maybe are overwhelmed by the festivities that are occurring in Titusville over the course of Oil Festival. There is the Ghost Town Music Fest down at Big Rail Brewing on Saturday, and I'm participating in that as a musician starting at 1 o'clock.
Wow.
That's hosted by Tyler Smilo and the Ghost. There's going to be some great names on that, Tommy Prine being one of them, Matt Texter from Erie, and then some other national acts are going to be on there. And the Magic Bus food truck will be down there slinging burgers, fries, tacos, and I think Taylor Coulter, our chef, has some surprises up his sleeve for the denizens, tuning their ears to that.
Okay. So it's been, it's going to be a busy weekend then for everybody. You've had a couple busy weekends with just performing.
Yes.
Oil Heritage. Yeah. Thunder in the City?
Thunder in the City, and then I was up at with the bus company up at Twisted Elk in Fairview, Lake City, on Saturday. Saturday was a 2-gig day. It was nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. And then, Chad, again, both of you guys support local artists and invite them in to perform at your establishments, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
Is that important? Joe, I know you have the music background. I know it's important to you. Chad, is it also important to you to support that?
It is important to me because I like to do everything for the town as much as I can. So if we have a local artist, I'd rather have them come in and play instead of going somewhere else and play.
Yeah.
Keep in town and show off their talent for the home people.
All right, let's recap Friday and Saturday. Friday.
Yep.
Reunion at Founders Park, hosted by Fat Chad's and the Titusville Mill. What's that, 5 to 8?
5 to 8.
5 to 8. Cocktails by the Mill, brewskis by Chad's. There'll be some light bites to eat there. All school reunion, of course, is taking place that night as well at the Ironworks. And then Saturday, the class brunch, class 95 brunch at the Titusville Mill, 9 to 11 parade. And then,
then 4 to 8 for Beer Fest. We do have 17 different brewery vendors coming. So, distilleries, wineries, cideries. So,
bringing a canteen of water.
Yeah.
Some electrolytes.
Yep. Can you list them all?
I can. Just check out the Facebook page. I have been posting them.
Okay, so and that's a good point. Go to Fat Chad's and Titusville Mill to get all the details. And then Sunday, you two will probably be like wandering around like zombies a little bit.
We both have busy Sundays as well.
Yeah,
I actually got to help move Brock and Jackson in the camp.
Oh, wow.
On Sunday morning.
Okay.
So, it's going to be a long weekend.
Yeah, but a fun one.
Yeah.
All right, guys, good luck.
Thanks for the
support. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, all the best.
Palm trees in Malaysia are getting older, and so are the farmers that harvest their fruit to make palm oil. That could have big consequences for a product relied on by billions of people around the world and used in a range of food items, as well as cosmetics and cleaning products. 85-year-old Suratman Mosman is one of the people who farms palm oil in Malaysia. He's found himself in a catch-22. The aging trees on his farm don't bear as much fruit as they used to, and as they have grown taller, it's become more difficult for Suratman to harvest the highest-hanging fruit. Yet, Suratman says he can't afford to replant his old trees either, because waiting for them to fruit would mean years of lost income.
Sebab hasil lain tak ada.
Because there's no other income, I rely solely on the oil palm harvest to support my family.
Secara keluarga, jadi saya tak masuk.
So I did not replant the palm trees. I've just left these palm trees to grow on their own.
Biarkan saja sawit ni.
And to only harvest those that I can reach, about 20 to 25 feet tall.
Yang mampulah sampai 20 kaki, 25 kaki.
Government subsidies to encourage replanting are not as high as they once were either. With farmers no longer able to afford to clear land outright, many of them are resorting to a practice called underplanting, where seedlings are planted in between mature trees. As a result, Malaysia's replanting rate has averaged just 2% in the past 5 years, half the government's target. Rising input costs have also compounded the problem, according to 75-year-old Joe Roddy, another farmer.
Everything is expensive now. Pesticides are costly. Fertilizers is expensive too. Even the harvest labor is pricey now. It's already $23 per ton.
Mahal sekarang. Satu ton dah 100 kan.
Smallholders like Mode and Suratman play a vital role in the palm oil supply chain. They manage more than a third of plantations in Malaysia and Indonesia, which together account for 85% of global palm oil exports. But even as global demand continues to rise, output from both countries could fall as much as 20% in 5 years, according to Reuters calculations. Industry experts who spoke to Reuters also said future output could fall short of official figures in Malaysia and Indonesia because the condition of current trees and efforts to replant them are worse than those numbers show. That view is backed up by Reuters interviews with more than a dozen farmers and officials in Malaysia. Without urgent investment in replanting, experts warn of a crunch worse than analysts have predicted that could widen gaps in supply and drive up prices. Indonesia's agriculture ministry did not respond to requests for comment on the estimates. Malaysia's state-run regulator said it disagreed with the experts' assessment that the number of trees beyond peak age was smaller and that, quote, many smallholders have already begun replanting with government support.
Joining us this morning, Kelly Gregg, Rhonda Clark from the Titusville Historical Society. Good morning. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in this morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
Oh, busy time of year.
Oh, boy. Very busy.
There's never a slow time of year, is there? It's always busy.
Maybe January, maybe.
Maybe, right? Well, give us just a real quick snapshot of what's been going on with the Historical Society and then what's going on this weekend and over the next couple of weeks. There's some big things happening.
Well, it's been a busy summer already. We've had History Camp, which we wrapped up a couple weeks ago, and we had the most kids that we've ever had participate.
Wow.
We had a blast. They were up in Woodlawn cleaning stones and doing all sorts of things and going to Tarbell, and they were at the Heritage Center with us, and they just had a great time. So that was a really great part of the summer.
That's wonderful. Yeah. So some of the things they learned by doing that, I mean, like restoration, or was it just kind of understanding the history we have, or a little bit of everything?
It was a little bit of everything, especially with the stone cleaning. We found that that's one of the most popular things that we do with the kids because they feel like they really invested in something.
Oh, wow.
We heard from some of the parents that, oh yeah, we were driving past Woodlawn and my kid made us stop and took us up and showed us the stone that they'd worked on, and they're very proud of it, and it's meaningful work. So.
Yeah, and speaking of Woodlawn, we have an ongoing project for cataloging that cemetery, so folks can go online to the website. We have a link from our website, TitusvilleHistoricalSociety.org, and there are all kinds of new images that are going up. You know, there are over 9,000 burials at Woodlawn, and so we are working from the records side, which means that many of those that don't have a stone will have a record on that site. So people can, if they're not there, they can email us if they think somebody's there. But we're working really hard on that. I've got a lot of grad students who've been spending thousands of hours online doing digital work for that.
That's incredible. It's just the stories that could have been shared. I mean, when you look at that, it's just incredible. So that's camp, you said, that was taking place?
Yep, that was camp. That's Rhonda's
And we
project.
just have an ongoing project for cataloging. But down at the center, we have a lot going on. We hope people will stop by over this weekend.
Right.
We have all kinds of reformatting equipment. We got on a grant from Henny Reese Charitable Foundation, and it's been wonderful. We've been able, last weekend, we reformatted an old, around circa 1940s Super 8 movie of Canadota Lake.
Oh, wow.
People going down the slide, and all people can bring in their items, and we'll schedule a time. We'll show them the equipment and explain how it works and schedule a time to do their reformatting.
That's great.
And then on the exhibit gallery side, I think everybody's been talking about Jeannie Seeley passing away, and we have an exhibit for Jeannie up because she was here last summer. We got to meet her, talk to her, hear some of her stories. So we're going to hopefully have some of her music playing in the gallery along with our other exhibits that are there. And the last 2 years, I think we've had over 300 people come through during Oil Fest weekend. We'll see if we can break the record maybe for this year, and come and see us.
Well, the weather's going to be great. We've been talking about that. So hopefully everybody does come in and just wander around and visit everybody.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, we have both a library there that's a research library with our digital equipment, oral history. Bring your grandma and grandpa, we'll sit them down and tape them.
Wow.
We've got oral history booth, sound equipment, video equipment, and can schedule a time to do that for families. And then we've got the gallery with all kinds of 3 different exhibits right now.
3 different exhibits.
It's crazy because some of my favorite memories, just sitting at the kitchen table with my grandmother and just playing board games and stuff and just listening to her stories. And even though they were repeated often, they were just my favorite stories to hear, and I didn't mind hearing them. And I would do anything. I was just getting into this, and there were times I thought, hey, maybe I should bring a camera down, but I didn't want her to feel, kind of weird about the situation. But I wish I would have taken something down to record it.
And oral history and treasuring those memories, it's not about a 3-hour tape. It literally is down to the 20-second sound bites. What we find is people want those 2 and 3 minutes desperately back.
Yeah.
So yes, bring your family members down. We can help you. And yeah, it's awkward at first, but there are techniques and there are ways to do it where it's very quickly, very normal. You just have to get someone to laugh, and then they're kind of back into themselves.
There you go. Yeah.
Tell their stories.
That's great. And then after Oil Fest weekend, what's coming up?
Well, that's not even all we have for Oil Fest weekend.
Okay.
Yeah, no, we're really excited that this is the first year we are doing this for Oil Fest, but we are doing tours out at Woodlawn on Saturday.
Oh, wow.
So before you head to Brewfest or after the parade, 2 and 4 o'clock are our tour sessions. We're going to meet at the Driller statue, so if you're coming into Woodlawn, you can't miss that. And it's open to the public. You don't have to pre-register. We're doing it to hopefully fundraise for Woodlawn, for their nonprofit, but it is free. And yeah, we're really excited to offer that this year because it's a first for us.
And then, of course, Crawford Gives is coming up on the heels of that. So we have our own fundraising, which is super important for the Historical Society. We don't have a lot of membership money coming in because we have good members, but we charge a very nominal fee. For seniors, I think it's $10.
It's $5, I think, for seniors.
$5.
Oh, wow.
So you're not going to pay the light bill with that. So if the public would like to see us continue to collect and catalog and treasure the items from Titusville's past, we need money to pay our light bills. So that's coming up for Crawford Gives.
Yep, which kicks off on the 12th.
Okay. And if they go to the Facebook page, will there be links to... Okay.
Yep.
So.
Oh, yes. Lots and lots of links.
And people can go and like your page and kind of follow along to see what projects are coming up.
Absolutely. We've always got little, local history snippets that we're sharing, events that we have going on. Just off the top of my head, I know that going into September, we're going to have our very popular Treasures from Your Attic event, which is kind of like Antiques Roadshow.
Yeah.
It's a ton of fun. That will be September 20th. On the 18th of October, we're going to do more Woodlawn tours. And then in November, we're going to be doing a history of St. Titus Church. So there's always a ton going on. And then throw in some free classes and special events that we have. And yeah, you don't want to miss out.
Yep. We advertise our classes. We often have 2 or even sometimes 3 free classes a month on Saturdays. We're open Wednesday and Friday 9 to noon and Saturday 10 to 2. People can walk in. We have staff there who can help with genealogy. We have computers for research. And we have all kinds of other activities there if they want to learn how to do this oral history, if they want to learn how to research genealogy. So yeah, and the other thing I wanted to say was that if you have items that you think might be more appropriate to be preserved in our collection, we do accept items very happily from the public. Just bring them in those times that we're open, and we'll have someone do an intake on those items. We're especially looking for older yearbooks.
Oh, okay.
We are looking for, we take memorabilia items, but we love things like diaries and manuscripts, photographs, family items. And if you have a family item that you think is really cool and you don't want to give it away, let us make a copy if it's someone that you think we need to keep part of Titusville history. And we're starting address files, so if you have information on your home so that people later can come in by address and see photographs and see blueprints and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So if somebody had a question, they could stop in and talk to somebody there?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep.
And they can email Titusville Historical Society at gmail.com.
Okay. But again, what a great weekend to come in and kind of just take a look around and just have a conversation. It's probably, you're probably not surprised at this point where you are talking to somebody and it maybe brings up some memories where they go, oh, yeah, I have a question about this.
Yep. Yep, absolutely. Or even just being in the space at the Parkside, since it was the old Y, and so many people come in and they might not have stopped. Maybe they were on their way to the art show, but they stop and they look around and go, "Oh wow, I remember being here as a kid."
Yeah.
And then that starts memories, because we tend to think of our history as back in the 1860s and stuff like that, but our history is also the 1970s, the 1980s, and we want to record that as well. And we're really in danger of having a lack of collection items from the 60s onward, because people, they don't think of it as history yet, but it very much is.
Yeah, and the public historians call that the nostalgia period, because it's in the time period that we can remember. And we see that on Facebook posts. The nostalgia era posts are going to get more likes and more interaction than the 19th century items. But then, as you say, because we consider it every day, we don't save these things, and we really need to save. We do also have digital preservation workflows. So if you have digital submissions, old floppy disks, old things that are only on some sort of what we call historic media or older media, we can get that off of there for you.
Oh, wow.
And help to preserve it.
Okay, so I get to tell my wife then maybe she was right that I should throw away my T-shirts from the 90s.
No.
Okay. Depends. Yeah.
Bring one down. We can talk about it.
Probably the ones that are ripped.
Maybe not those ones.
Make a quilt.
We did have a great collection of Lions Club hats that I cataloged recently.
Oh, wow.
And stuffed in there was a Quality Market hat, and I thought, well, that brought back some memories. And
Well, I think about that place all the time. Yeah. It was just so cool. But you're right. I mean, you just like there. It's like, I remember, and you start to get excited about that stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that personal connection. And the other thing, we have a lot of maps, and people get really excited about looking at how their house looked, and we can help people date their houses. We can give a good approximation of how old their home is, talk to them about house history and deed searches. And then the other projects we have going on, we have some volunteers who are very active in reaching out to local cemeteries, especially the smaller ones. And so if you're one of those administrators out there and you're beginning to struggle and you don't see how you're going to maintain these records, we can help with that. We can help digitize. We can find you a place online. We can help, to stabilize your maps. So
that's wonderful. All right, recap a couple big weeks coming up. What's happening?
All right, Oil Fest weekend. We're going to be open Friday night from 5 to 7. Stop into the Heritage Center, see our Jeannie Seeley exhibit, see our wonderful exhibit gallery and research library. And then Saturday, if you're in town, noon to 5, the Heritage Center is going to be open. But if you are up for hiking around, I know it's going to be 85, but we're pretty good to move from shady part to shady part. Come out to Woodlawn. 2 o'clock or 4 o'clock are the options. The tour is going to last about an hour. We are really leaning into the Heisman and Friends theme, and we have a lot of really great things. If you've been on one of our tours before, there's going to be a lot of new material, and we are really, really looking forward to that.
The tours are free.
Oh, wow.
And the tours are free, and then our regular hours, Wednesday and Friday, 9 to noon, Saturday, 10 to 2.
And if you want to make a donation, you can do that.
Especially during Crawford Gives, starting on the 12th.
Great. Kelly, Rhonda, good to see you. Thank you. Come back and keep us updated on what's going on.
Absolutely.
All right, thanks.